It is 6:30 on Tuesday, September 9th. We're going to go ahead and call this meeting of the Woodstock Village Board of Trustees to order. The first item on the agenda is additions and deletions to the posted agenda. I have a couple. Does anybody have any additions? Or
I have two if you have them ready. So one's that flat with a karaoke already that's on there, but we put that down under fall foliage food.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put that underneath the set the Prosper Valley Trust.
And then also a vote for investment advisory committee.
Okay.
Michael Green to be voted onto that committee as well.
Okay, is Michael be here?
He's supposed to be joining us first. I just sent him the link like 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Hey,
let's go-
Seaton, I'm here.
Oh, hey, Mike, thank you.
Yep, no worries.
Let's just make him the first vote before we do banners and permits and
Perfect.
so under votes, we'll make him the first thing. That's the investment committee, is that correct?
Investment advisory.
Sorry. Okay. Is that somebody else wanting to get on the agenda? Is that it?
No, it's a Milford, New York.
Okay, so do you have anything else?
That's all.
I just had one move around that I wanted to do under the banners and other permits. I'd like to put the Rotary parade permit ahead of the use of the Gore permit because the use of the Gore permit is for the parade permit. So I think it makes sense to talk about that one first. Is everybody okay with that?
Yep.
And other than that, we should be good to go. Okay, next on our agenda is citizens' comments. We've got a 3-minute limit on citizens' comments. Is there anybody in the room? Come on up and sit here and tell us who you are.
I am Rich Sutherland. And a bit ago, some friends of mine and some people I know, we had thought that it might be time to talk about a merger. And the idea of a petition was talked about. And I talked with town manager Eric Duffy about a petition and how to go about it. And then he advised me that a petition was not like most petitions where you got so many signatures and the boards were obligated to put it on the town meeting and bring it to a vote at town meeting. So that seemed like an awful lot of work to go ahead and get. It was non-binding. And so that seemed like an awful lot of work to go ahead and get petitions signed and that would be non-binding. And it would be confusing to some people who signed a petition thinking that if they were signing a petition, it was gonna end up on the March ballot. So I decided not to go that route. So I'm here tonight to ask this board, and I plan to go and see the select board as well at their meeting, if we can have some discussion about a merger and have some discussion with the community to see if there is some interest in having a merger and getting it on the ballot for the margin for town meeting. Is there any interest? There was a lot of interest back, and I don't remember the year, and it passed or it didn't pass by a very small number. I think it was less than 10 people.
I think so, yeah.
So, you know, should we, it seems to me that would be a more efficient way for our government to run. Is it more cost effective? Is it more efficient? And I think that's the discussion that this community should have. And that if the petition is not the way to do it, then I feel it's up to the boards to bring it up off the table and let's talk about it. So I think my time's up, so I'll leave it with you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments in the room? Are there any public comments online?
Not seeing any.
Thank you. Then we will move on to reports. The first one is the manager's report.
Yeah, so until, which this will probably. This company will probably get up when we have a joint meeting coming up soon, goals and objectives. I know it came up last year. So I was gonna let Bush know they could attend that meeting if he wanted to let his opinion be heard. But I'll actually start there. Will the trustees be able to make a meeting on September 22nd for a joint meeting in the evening with the select board?
September 22nd.
Yes,
I
on
think
Monday.
No,
In the morning or the evening?
For the evening.
impossible,
Yes.
impossible. That's a holiday.
Oh, that was the holiday next day.
So
Sorry,
it starts at sundown.
sundown, okay.
Is it possible for us to do it earlier in the day? What time sundown? 7?
Like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock,
Oh,
yeah, 5, 6.
Possible for me to do it in the morning.
Okay. Frank's traveling.
Okay, I can do it. Lisa, can you do the 22nd?
I can do it in the morning.
Okay, so 22nd's out for us.
Okay, I'll go back to the select board.
Okay.
Thank you. That's done. We have a new sergeant that's starting with us, but I'll leave that to interim Chief O'Keefe to talk about when he gets there. That will still his thunder. We're back to normal Fridays now that Labor Day has passed. Summer hours are over. So staff is here to 4:30 on Fridays. Like we are every other day, all through the fall, winter, and spring until next summer. So I want to thank the community. If anyone had any issues on Fridays, I think I was here most days. If anyone had any issues, but I think most people recognize now we'll be closed. So I want to touch base on that. Finally, this week Abby Sherman started with us officially, Economic Development Director. We're very excited to have her. She comes from Hamilton, the state. Bethel before that, very well versed in this whole governance, tourism, business development. We are taking it very slow with her. With this being a new job, it's like we're created. We're kind of letting her get her feet wet slowly, meet people on her time, come to her own conclusions about Woodstock rather than having anyone's one bias kind of forced in front of her. So we'll slowly set up meetings the next few weeks for her with various organizations, people, and then we'll kind of have some kind of community event, like we'll come and meet her as well and kind of discuss things with her on a broader context. She'll probably be invited to the goal meeting we have once we schedule that. I believe she's gonna try to attend the Chamber of Commerce to have a mixer tomorrow. I believe she's gonna try to stop by there just to show her face. So people that's the communities. Happy to have her. She's great. So want to welcome her officially to the team.
Thank you.
That's all I have right now for the board.
Okay, anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Let's move on to the financial report. Let's go over that with them.
So again, we're still pretty early in, tax bill just went out last week, so our revenue has been there.
And any complaints about the tax bill go to you, right?
Yes, that's a good point. So tax bill did well last week. In it, we included a letter for the public to get them to know kind of how the taxes are created and then when the money goes to. Again, just for reference, the towns collect all the taxes, and then a majority of Woodstock goes to the state of education taxes. So taxes you are getting on your bill does not just stay in Woodstock. I think this year 78% of them or something that goes to the state of education, 22% stay in Woodstock for municipal services. Something else we are excited about for the second part of taxes that we do in May. We're going to have the ability to have an automatic transfer out of your accounts. So you can sign up in person in the finance office where you can pay your taxes, but an easier way for them to do it, more efficient, cost effective. I know there's a charge when you use credit cards. This way, a way to kind of ease some costs on taxpayers when you can pay. So if you have any more question about that, please ask Ashley or Robert when you come in to pay taxes.
And is that that information will eventually become available on the website and you'll do promotions? So
Yes.
people know about the changes. And so if people have questions about their taxes, who does that call actually?
Finance office.
Okay.
Actually, or Robert can help you deal with that.
Okay, great, thank you. Do you want to go through numbers, or do you want us to just jump in?
If you have any questions, I'm happy to go through. Like I said, we're, 2 months into the year, so it's not a lot to see, but I'm happy to answer any questions. I know there was a mistake last time that Jeffrey found, so that should have been corrected. I believe it was. But happy to answer any more questions people have.
I've got a few.
Yeah.
Courthouse. Police revenue, courthouse parking,
Which one is that? Can you just give us?
that's 3-406. And down towards the bottom.
First page?
Yeah, first page.
Yep.
We're supposed to be getting, what, $40,000?
From the courthouse parking?
Yeah.
So, yes, I believe they pay us, so that, I want to look into that. That may just be the other courthouse parking that they pay. So there's now the spot we rent to the police, the courthouse, which is like $9,730 a year. And there's a new one with a new agreement with the court moving there. So I want to look at which one this is.
And regardless of that, we're receiving the larger.
We may not receive it yet, but I'll check in on that.
Okay, well, it's still budgeted, however.
Yeah,
My point,
yeah, the money will come in, yeah.
it should be in here.
Oh, you mean actually budgeted? Okay, sorry. You're looking at the other parts. I'll look into that. That should have been budgeted for.
Yeah, so, all right, that's one question. Another one, almost a $50,000 surplus from the previous fiscal year.
Yeah.
Where, and does it show up anywhere in our financial report?
It does not. No. So what will happen is at the end of the fiscal year, we close that the fiscal year down. Any surplus goes into undesignated fund balance and sits there and does not move until the following year when we close that year out.
Could we have that? Could we have that in our report?
Yes, so you won't have the official number until this year's audit is done. Because that's when we have the final number. I believe we could pull a report. I believe we thought it ended around $30,000 to $50,000. But what the trustees can do, just like with this last year, is that you can create a reserve fund. You have to do that at village meeting in March. And what you would do is set up a separate account. And when the year ends with a surplus, if the surplus is over a certain percentage, you then move that money out of the undesignated fund into this reserve fund. And then by a vote of the trustees, that money can be spent on anything you wanted to.
Right.
So that's a way to kind of use undesignated fund balance as a way to offset costs.
Okay. It'd be great if Robert, once we know the number, if it could be in here somewhere as undefined.
And so this report is just a fiscal year report, so it will never show up in this report. It kind of just lives in the fund itself, but we can get you what the number is
Okay,
when the audit's over, and then you can have that number in the back of your mind.
all right. And the last note question I would have about this is to note that we've talked about this numerous times about deleting expired categories. This report could be 50% smaller.
Yes.
I mean, we're still talking about North Street retaining wall grants from, when Phil Swanson was manager.
Yeah.
And, ARPA grant revenue, when, that's over.
Yes.
There's dozens of them.
Yeah, so it's two things. One, it's a priority of, a time we want to spend staff on. The second is, this is a report that comes out of our software. And what we don't want to do is delete the line completely, because then we'll have no historic reference for that account going forward. So in 10 years, if you want to know how much ARPA funds we got, or God forbid, the federal government audits us, if we go back and look at the accounts, if we delete that account fully, then we'll never have that historic knowledge of data. So that's why we don't delete it completely. So then trying to go through,
Even though they're all zeros.
and there's all zeros here, yeah, but in the past it would be. So when we have time, it's going through the report and figuring out how to do a better report. But priorities is not something I have my staff spend their time on for a monthly report. Just,
There's so much of it. Anyway,
I mean, this is budget season's coming up. I'd advocate for a better financial software program that would make this much easier. So I'll just throw that out there if the board's interested.
Trustees, do you have any other, I'm sorry, Jeffrey, were you done?
No, yeah.
Trustees, do you have any questions about financial report? Brenda? I know you're online. Do you have any questions about the financial report? I think she's online.
She's on,
Okay.
But Jeffrey, what I'll do tomorrow is I'll send the trustees what our estimated undefined fund balance is for the fiscal year ends. We unaudited, and then I'll also include the audited one from FY24.
Thank you.
There are no other questions or comments. We'll move on to the police report. Got interim police chief Chris O'Keefe here. Come on up, please. Okay.
So, we did, hire Gary Salvatore as our sergeant. I think everyone will be very pleased with, that selection. He brings, over 21 years of state police experience. He's settling in nicely, and we're working together to address some things that could be done better and go through inventory and then things that we own. Also, we're about to hire Robert Giolito part-time. He just retired from Vermont DMV as a lieutenant, and he specializes in background investigations, has a passion for search and rescue. So it's a little bit different element, I think, that we haven't had. And he'll be able to help us out during foliage, particularly. I hope to have him on board as soon as by the end of this week. Recruit Sanu Jawar is in the academy, doing well. I spoke to him on Friday. He's doing really well. Particularly, it sounds like with the academic portion. He is going to be there till about the end of November, and then we'll have him back full time. And we made the decision to put an extra person on the weekends. Maybe not Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but hopefully at least 2 out of those days during the whole week, with someone else in the building. Yeah, but anything else that's impressive. The car, we don't have the cruiser yet. I'm being told that's still probably about 60 days away from happening.
So what functioning cars do you have right now?
3.
Okay.
3, 2 marked and 1 unmarked.
Okay.
The one that is coming to us that's going to be new is marked.
thank you. Michelle, Michelle does. We were talking, and the meter company that we've been purchasing meters from
Yes,
is now going out of business.
yes.
So I just want,
Is that kiosk too?
well, no, there's the meters. I'm gonna ask Michelle to come up here and fill us in. She can do it much better than I can.
So, if I could, I think we just found recently that company is going into, so we're still trying to figure out what information then we'll move forward. So I don't know if we want to discuss too much.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
ask her to do an overview.
Yeah, what's going to happen, because we don't know what the future holds, so.
So the company that we have parking meters with, they were supposed to send me some more batteries. And when I questioned, because I hadn't gotten them, they said, oh, we're probably gonna wind down the end of the year. And they would send out an email to me. I have not got anything from them, so I don't know what is going on. The kiosk, one of them was not working. It was full of ants. So we flushed them out. The printer did not work, so they had to send us a new printer. Hopefully that'll be up and running by the end of this week.
So we don't have any information more than we don't know if there's
I have
who
nothing.
can do it.
Absolutely nothing.
I just wanted to let you guys
My
know.
guess is they have another company somewhere that they will refer us to get all our parts and information from.
Okay,
This company's out of Arizona. And I don't know what is going on, but wait and see, haven't heard anything.
Well, and is there a way to get batteries from another source? Is that-
Like I said, I'm guessing when they get ready to go out, they're gonna send me information for another company, another meter company.
Well, what do we do in the interim if we need the battery?
Well,
We have some, so.
hopefully I've got enough. And
Oh,
they'll let me know in
that's nice.
time. Cause they've given me a name of another person to get in contact with if I can't get hold of them, so I'm guessing there's parking meters all over the United States, so, you know, we should have.
And the kiosk, there's one kiosk that's not working at all right now?
It works, it
Oh.
just doesn't give you a receipt,
Okay,
it works fine.
okay, so people can still pay, okay.
It's fine.
I just wanted to give you guys a heads up so that you knew what was going on. Nothing more. You can move on.
The only other thing I have, I think, interim chief, O'Keefe, Robert Desmore, finance director, and Dave Green, the fire chief, worked together to switch us from a current cellular provider to T-Mobile. And we got new phones today. We also got all officers' work phones, which they can now use them for pictures and other evidence, which in the past they didn't have the ability to. So I want to thank interim chief O'Keefe and everyone else who worked together to kind of solve this issue we have, and hopefully have better service for our officers and our first responders through our Woodstock.
So that goes to the police officers and also, is that ambulance or EMT or?
Everyone's got new iPads
Okay.
to use, and then staff who had work phones got new phones today.
Okay, so that's all emergency services.
Do they get the same as Verizon?
So we tested it, when you get out to the outer reaches of town, it's still obviously a challenge, but these are gonna be connected to the Starlink.
Oh,
So if you really needed
Okay.
you know, if it was an emergency, it's
I
still,
got on my call.
you know, time is of the essence, it's still obviously an issue, but if you're out there, you can at least text dispatch or another officer or myself or whoever the supervisor is.
That's great.
So you're not stuck without anything at
all
all.
right, so it'll work better in Southwood stuff.
It'll work better in Southwood stuff. That was the idea. Plus the evidence collection. We also had the radio, I hired the radio company to come on September 17th to update the radios. We have emergency buttons on the radios and they're not enabled. So if you press the emergency button, nothing happens. So we're fixing that. And they'll dispatch on their console, will be able to see the radio, the officer that's
You
pressing.
mean the ones you wear all the time?
Great.
You feel like you're moving forward. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda, we're moving on to votes. We moved Michael Green's application for the Investment Advisory Committee up.
So if I may, Jill, would you mind kind of just come up and then just tell the board what the committee does? And I know you recommend Mike Green as well, so if you wouldn't mind kind of just.
So Michael Green is a resident of the village.
Can you give us your name?
Oh, sorry, Jill Davis and Woodstock.
Thank you.
So Michael Green is a resident of the village. He is involved in investments as part of his job. He's come to an investment committee meeting. So he's done his due diligence. He's willing to get very involved and be like an administrator on the committee as well, which many members don't want to do. So we would be very happy if he joined the team.
Mike, do you want to tell us about your interest in the Investment Advisory Committee?
Thanks, Eaton. Thanks, Jill, for that intro and for all your hard work in trying to get the administrative process and everything so well lined out for that committee to take forward. I think a fair amount of you are familiar with the committee and have possibly attended at least one of the meetings in the past. It's, one meeting a year, kind of a light, easy task just to make sure that things are continuously going as they intended for the various investment portfolios that the town oversees. I think it's great, some of the more active roles that Jill has played in the management of those funds, and look forward to hopefully trying to help and take on some of the administrative process. Gosh, I must be come across as stupid if everyone on the committee already says they don't want to do the administrative process, so the new guy coming in does want to do it. But I guess we'll all kind of learn together a little bit there, and look forward to it.
Trustees, do you have any questions for Michael?
Nope.
I would make a motion.
Okay, just wanted to check. Brenda, did you have any questions for Michael?
Back.
Go.
Add Michael Green to the investment advisory committee.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any debate? Is there any public comment? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mike.
Congratulations.
And Mike, we'll have
Thank
the
you.
same select board.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to fall foliage food. We've got a couple of, first I want to thank Eric and I want to thank Jess Kirby. Both of them have been out hustling, trying to convince people to sell food during foliage, and I think we've got a lot of really great options. And most of them are nonprofits, so I'm glad that the community is able to be represented in such a way. These are all great groups. So let's start with the first application we have is Trees and Seeds. Does everybody have that in their application? Yep. And is there anybody here to
Serious.
on behalf? Okay.
Terry Bristow, Woodstock Village. I'm the vice president of Trees and Seeds. It's a nonprofit dedicated to improving food insecurity here and around the world, as well as working with the national environment, primarily agricultural. We seek to raise funds to help the participants in our travel to defray their costs and also to pay for projects that we do so that it's not a burden on the group that has invited us to come work with them. So we plan to do the same thing that we've done for the last many years, which is sell chili and chowders and soups, along with hot dogs and mac and cheese, chips and baked goods, and beverages. And what we do is we just ask people to make a donation. We don't have a price set. It's a big change. So that's what we hope to do again. We do 4 times this season. I've already given you the dates.
So it's September 27th, October 5th, October 12th, October 13th. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay. And do you all need to use electricity?
yes,
Have you spoken to the chamber about that?
not yet. I didn't know it was supposed to. But in any case, we know how to use the electricity. And we'll talk to the chamber about that.
The chamber just happens to be here this evening, so.
We all know each other.
Yeah.
John hires.
Okay, got it.
So no worries.
Okay.
So, one question though.
Yeah.
So, who's going to be-
Uh-oh.
Because if it's not, I'm not.
The seafood and chili will be the same, right into the rest.
It's so good.
Yeah, we do a mix of vegetarian as well. So,
We don't agree to remind the board of the public interest and ethics study. you need to do. Let's do September 20th, I think.
Never mind. Recuse yourself because you like chili. Sorry.
Oh, that chili,
We'd all have to recuse ourselves.
so good.
Trustees, do you have any questions about those?
No.
Nope.
In that case,
I make the motion to step the application for Trees and Seeds for the dates. Be on the green.
Second.
Okay, is there any further debate on this? Nope. Are there any public comments on this application? Okay, in that case, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you,
Thank you.
Carrie.
Thank you. Glad you're back.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the application from North Chapel. Somebody from here, from North Chapel?
Yes,
Okay, who is that?
Tracy Burr.
There you go. Sorry, I'm like looking around trying to find the voice. So Tracy, tell us who you are, and what you're looking for.
So we are North Chapel, a local Unitarian church, and we have done this fundraiser in the past, and I believe the funds just go towards general operating costs. This year we requested a mix of breakfast shifts and lunch shifts. And for lunch, we're gonna offer soups and pastas along with various breads. And we're also gonna do grilled cheese sandwiches this year.
Not doing that with me.
And as well as desserts, donuts, soda waters, and hot cider. And for breakfast, our breakfast shifts, we're gonna do quiches, donuts, parfait cups, various baked goods, hot cider, and hot coffee.
And so you're alternating the days that you're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we asked for more lunch shifts, but a few breakfast shifts thrown in there as well, or maybe just a couple.
I noticed that you all asked for September 26th, dates between September 26th and October 20th. And the COI that you have goes through the 19th.
Oh, yeah, someone else did that. Okay, so maybe we don't do the last day, maybe we don't do the 20th.
Can vote with a contingency that says, if you give us an updated COI. you can also
Okay. Okay, so we'll decide. Yeah, okay. We'll let you know. Okay.
Can vote with a contingency.
Yeah, adding a date, one date to it would change what you're paying for that.
No, it's all the same thing. I just want to make sure the COI is covered.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Trustees, do you have any questions for Tracy?
No.
Okay. In that case, I would make a motion to approve the application as written from North Chapel for dates between September 26th and the 20th, with the addendum that the 20th is only included if they give us an updated COI. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any follow-up discussion? Is there any public comment on this application? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is from the Prosper Valley School for use of the green. Is there somebody from Prosper Valley?
Hey,
Oh, hi, go ahead.
hey, I'm Allison Green. I am a fifth grade teacher. We use quite a lot of money every year from the Prosper Valley Trust. We go on some big field trips like Hulbert Outdoor Center. We rent a stream table from Vin's. And this year we first wanted to give back to the trust, and we also wanted to do some financial literacy with kids. So we would like to have a bake sale, soup and bread on the green. The PTO did it last year and was pretty successful, so we were hoping to sort of copy their model. We'd be taking half of the funds and putting it back into the trust, and then half as sort of a fund for field trips for this year's current fifth grade.
And that's the.
We
October-
had signed up, I believe the 11th and the 13th are the two dates we have on our application. We would be doing sort of a lunchtime shift, soup, bread, and a big bake sale. The PTO was really successful when they did it by donation, so we'd like to do that. We'd need some kind of crock pot set up. I'm not sure how that's typically handled. Yeah.
Electricity on the green, that's owned by the chamber.
Yep.
Any request for electricity, would go through them.
Well, there is electricity in the lake. Yeah.
Working that?
110, isn't it?
I don't know.
Okay, I thought there was an issue.
I don't know.
Woodstock changed the outlets because they needed higher voltage last year, so I'm not sure if they went in.
Okay, find that out so that we can let everybody know.
There's electric outlets in some of the poles, the lighting poles around the green. So we have to find out whether or not they're done there. Gives people more access.
The hex bench? No.
Yeah, right. But
They worked it last year with no problem.
yeah,
Okay, did, okay.
just gives people more options if they want to pop, crock pots and stuff.
Is that a separate application then that I would fill out or just,
No.
okay, thanks.
How many outlets are there?
Sorry?
Oh,
And then there's a 20,
Okay,
whatever the heck.
well,
it is.
everyone's still here as of right now. On Monday the 13th, Trees and Seeds, North Chapel and Prosper are all on the schedule for food. All three need outlets, so just want to communicate with each other and make sure
Okay,
they all can get separate outlets.
okay.
and there's a key that you have to open if we're gonna use the ones on the poles.
And
So
they should be prepared with extension cords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy extension.
We can bring extension cords.
They need to be heavy duty ones. So I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the Prosper Valley School fifth grade being on the green, as presented, during foliage on those two days.
Is there a second?
A second.
Is there any further discussion on this? Are there any comments from the public on this application? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
I
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Let's see, I think now we're gonna add in the Flatlander teriyaki. Is there anyone from teriyaki to talk to?
Yes.
Online.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, give us your names and, talk to us about your application.
Sure thing. I'm Ben Rapson. This is my wife, Amber Rapson. We live here in Randolph, Vermont. I am vice president of the board of directors for the Chandler Center of the Arts here in Randolph. And we had a food booth for the New World Festival just recently, which was a benefit for the children's programs for the nonprofit at Chandler, and got enough positive feedback that we wanted to spread out into the community, put down even more roots. And so
we got a lot of encouragement from Sam DiNatale over there.
that too. So we have a chicken teriyaki bowl operation. It is marinated, grilled chicken thighs, steamed rice, and a simple salad with a salad dressing. And yeah, that's what we have. We have for the rice steamers, we have a silent inverter Honda generator that makes very little noise. And yeah, happy to answer any questions you may have.
Do you have your days?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
So
we were going back and forth trying to figure out staff and equipment, but we think that we're going to do Sunday the 28th, Sunday the 5th, and Saturday the 11th.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Say it again.
28th, 5th, and 11th.
correct.
So,
I'm just looking at the calendar.
yeah,
Mhm.
right now we have West, Trees and Seeds, North Chapel already scheduled. So you guys did say 4, including White Cottage. I don't know if you'll make an exception, if you 4.
I think people will cannibalize themselves at that point. I mean, that's,
We have 4 on the 5th already. Is it?
well, Green Bunny will be there in the morning.
Everybody.
Yes, these are lunches.
This would be lunch.
On the fifth, I have the West PTO, Trees and Seeds, North.
Oh, and then
And
White Cottage will be
yeah.
there. So there's 4 things there. I think it'd be
I
fun to
know.
make money.
Wait a minute. What's the fourth one that has food?
White Cottage.
White Cottage,
White Cottage, Trees and Seeds.
Trees and Seeds, North Chapel,
and West
the
PTO.
West PTO. is gonna be-
Hmm.
Yeah,
And is West PTO doing food?
they're doing food.
Yeah, you guys approved that last month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We have the Saturday, the fourth open. Would that work? Or is only Sundays good for you?
Let us write it down and talk to the people that we've lined up if possible, just to make sure. I think that'll be fine.
Yeah, just right now, we're at max on Sunday the fifth,
Okay.
Monday the 12th, and Monday the 13th. Everything else has some openings.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're coordinating with a few different people. Carrie over at the bookshop is going to help us too. So just a few, it's a scrappy little organization right now.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully you can make it that Saturday. Good, because I want to try and get the karaoke.
The Saturday, the 11th, you mean?
or maybe the 4th.
Or the
Sorry,
fourth, gotcha.
sorry,
Yeah.
Saturday, the 4th, of
Yeah.
course. Yes, we'll do our best.
So we're definitely September 28th, definitely October 11th, and maybe October 4th. that
Is
correct?
is it important at this juncture to put our names in for the 4th so that we don't miss that opportunity? Because it's probable, it's just not guaranteed that we can staff it.
I mean, because I think what Katie's been doing is putting people's names in as they've applied, as they've submitted their application.
I'll put you in there now. And
Thank
you
you.
can't do this now.
You got it.
What we can do, as we did with a previous applicant, is we can make a provisional approval for that date so that way you don't have to come back to us.
Great.
Wonderful.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
All the trustees agree to it, of course.
Okay.
Okay, trustees, do you have any questions for them?
No. Motion to approve the Flatland karaoke votes for the 28th, October 11th, and potentially October 4th as well.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any public comment about this application? Any further conversation or debate? Okay, seeing as how there is none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. And please
Thank
just
you.
follow Eric.
Yes.
Okay, about if you decide on that date.
Yeah, we're in contact. We're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim, I did interrupt 1 second. Is
Yeah.
Ian Kim online or in the audience at all?
What's your name?
I'm here.
So this is my fault. They reached out about maybe going on the board. I don't think that, did you ever submit your permit?
I did not. I was just realizing I didn't realize that I should have submitted it before. And I'm also sorry about the weird background. I didn't get a chance to adjust it before I turned my camera on.
So you don't have a permit to vote for, but they were interested in maybe a lemonade stand on the gourd during foliage. So I don't know if okay would have just a conversation with them right now about what that would entail, and then they can come back with a permit before.
For October?
Yeah,
I mean, if we have a joint meeting, we can always add
yeah,
it in
yeah.
later.
But I don't know if you just want to maybe just give me a second to this might.
Yeah, go ahead and tell, because the gourd is a different
Yeah,
animal, obviously.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we are not a nonprofit. My name is Jen. I am a mom in Bridgewater. I have a 10-year-old son who is in elementary school at Killington, and he was really interested in doing a lemonade stand. So we're using the lemonade stand. He wants to raise some money for reptile rescue. We're also putting some money aside for college and also for a tree house that he would like to build. So he was very interested in doing a lemonade stand. I see that there's a lot of food, so we could just limit it to like good old fashioned lemonade and iced tea. And yeah, if we could just set up a table, I think in front of the library would be amazing. So that's kind of what we would love to do.
And did you have any dates in mind?
We were thinking about the 13th, although I see that that's a pretty busy day, and then the 18th and 19th.
Of October?
Yes. We would not need any electricity or anything, just space for a table and a cooler.
I mean, the first thing I'd recommend is doing a use of the green instead of the gore. The gore we really have reserved for local nonprofits. So I would say it probably makes, I would think it would make more sense to submit that application.
Yeah, it's my fault. I assumed it was like a nonprofit, so that's
Okay.
fine, I apologize.
So I think the 18th and the 19th, Eric, it looks,
Open, yeah.
yeah,
13th looks open too, right?
yeah, we've got we just have North Chapel on the 18th.
Yeah.
And on the 19th, what do we have?
No, right now the 19th is just.
Oh, we don't have anything at all.
And 13th, we only have, Trees and Seeds and North Chapel.
You have Prosper as well on 13th.
It's not on.
Yeah,
We just approved it.
we just,
Oh, okay.
so it's just not on there.
All right.
So I guess like my question for Steve, would you entertain
An application?
an application for just lemonade on
Yeah.
the green? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to fill in an application and submit it to me, we'll give you on as soon as hopefully a joint meeting.
Okay.
Well, and then our next, oh no, our next meeting is, regular meeting is the 13th. I mean, so like worst case scenario.
Yeah, for beforehand.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, thank you for talking to us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for hearing me. And yeah, I'll take a look out for that application and I'll complete it as soon as I get it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the Woodstock Elementary School Halloween Parade Permit. I see Maggie's here.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Do you want me to talk about the parade?
Please.
Okay, Woodstock Elementary School is hoping to do our annual Halloween parade. This year, Halloween is a Friday, October 31st. We would be proposing to parade 265 elementary students around the green with our approximately 50 staff members. And for the past several years, we've had a parent band accompany our parade, a small parent band. So typically our parade kicks off around 2. We head from the school down 106 towards the green. We go past the library, around the green, and then cut back through the middle back to 106. We've been fortunate to have the police stop traffic for us on both ends of the green and then at 106 by the school. So we are looking to get a permit to do the same traditional parade for this year.
Thank you. And have you had a conversation with Chris O'Keefe yet?
I have not. We just did the permit with the town.
Okay. Okay, you're good. Okay, trustees, do you have any questions for Maggie?
Nope.
Okay. In that case,
Sure, make motion to approve the Halloween data for the elementary school as presented.
is there a second? Comments about the application? Okay. Discuss. Say aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? If you can just follow up with Chris O'Keefe about the safety of the police, please.
Absolutely. I will follow up with Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Next item on the agenda is switching to, so we're gonna do the Rotary Parade permit. Who's here to speak on behalf of Rotary?
You had the use of the board for.
What? No, we switched them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, please tell us your names and who you're with and what you want to do.
I'm Beth Finley, the secretary of the Rotary Club in Woodstock.
I'm Bob Wacknow, the chairman of the parade that we're going to talk about.
Go ahead. Tell us all
So
about
we would, as you know, the Woodstock Rotary Club tries to raise $30,000+ a year to give back to very local nonprofits. And, because the penny sale has gone away, we've been looking to create some other fundraising avenues, and Bob and his committee came up with an idea to do horse-drawn wagon rides in the village, for foliage time. And go ahead.
2 weekends.
Two
Yeah, so we have
weekends.
2 weekends in mind, which is the October 11th to 12th and October 18th to 19th. And the rides would run from about 11 o'clock until 2. Talk to the drivers, and so maybe they would stay a little bit longer if there's a long line, but pretty much 11 to 2 is the plan.
That's about what horses can do. So our request, is this for the parade? This is for the parade. Right, we're talking about
Yes,
parade.
talking about the parade.
So similar to the Wassel, a little different than Wassel weekend, but similar would be, we would be in front of M&T Bank. Pull out, go to the dummy, make a left, go to River Street, make a left. Make a left back through the covered bridge, quintessential covered bridge. Around the green and back to the board.
And are you asking for roads to be shut down for this?
No,
How many
No.
people does your wagon hold?
12. It could be, if you have a baby or small child and they want to do a lap, could be 14. You can do kids on laps.
Essentially, it's 12 for
12 adults.
purpose.
Do you have a place to, remember last year with where to unload the horses? Last year during Wassel, do you remember? I can't think of the name of the road.
That was a parade.
That's
Yeah, it's a parade.
that's
But I
the
just
parade.
want to make sure.
No, this is both Jennifer Hewitt, who's very familiar with town. She'd be doing one weekend, and then Phil Warren, the other, and he has his horses at Village Farm, so they come down from Village
Okay.
Farm and around. No,
Right.
that's a whole other.
Well, I know that, it's just, I want to make sure they had a place to unload horses
Yes.
if they're coming with this,
Yes, we do.
That feels fine.
and clean them up.
That's on our agenda for
If somebody stepped in something last year, or never at the end of it, for months.
So, okay. And you're hoping to do this for 3 hours?
about 3 hours, yeah, from 11 to 2.
Okay, does anybody have comments? I don't wanna.
It's a busy traffic time, obviously. If you can pull it off, it's wonderful.
It can be busier than Wassel weekend. I mean, it's a busy traffic time. I am going to say that, but there's not. Wassel weekend Saturday is,
But the route is pretty short where it
And
gets in traffic.
yeah,
right?
we're
It's
trying to
short,
get
you know,
on.
you go to Elm Street and then coming back, off the bridge.
I think it's a great idea, not only for the people who get on the wagon, but just people observing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a very Vermont kind of activity, and
Sure.
trying to figure out a way to present this, right? Or, as a fundraiser, and this is kind of what we've started to do it.
So, great, my concern is twofold, is traffic. When it's done during Wassel, it's done during a time when people are sort of focused downtown, and it is part of sort of a fair or like an event. This is during literally the busiest traffic time of the year, which traffic is difficult, obviously, during that time of year. I don't know how, and the places where you want to do this is also where primary places where the bus drops off people.
Right.
And so that is then gonna get, I don't know where that bus then goes. If you've got 3 hours for 4 days where the buses who are used to dropping people off, that we would have to push them somewhere else.
Well, the buses, I mean, there's a time. So in thinking about Wausau, two things. First, let me address the question about how will people know? We could get the signs similar to Alumni Day Parade, Wausau, any of those signs that say horse and wagon rides ahead. You know, slow traffic. And I mean, we can do that at the 4 entries of town if that's helpful for you.
I mean,
So that people know.
I think that, well, I think it's one thing if it's one day for one period of time, but this is
Well, it's Saturday and Sunday.
4 days
Or Saturday
in
and
the,
Sunday.
yeah, during peak times when it's packed. And also, I went to get my kid from school in Pomfret today. And there was, I don't know what Billings was doing, but they had horses coming down, which sometimes happens as they're moving around Billings.
They were up on the park.
They very clearly relieved themselves. And in the 5 minutes it took me to get to school and come back, it had been driven over. So if you're talking about 3 hours and there's no way to, like, unless somebody's literally jumping out every time that happens, we were talking about 3 hours of stuff on the ground.
Can call it manure.
I mean,
It is
yes.
horseback.
Yeah, but there is, and of course, we have rules about such things, as you know. I would be concerned about how that gets cleaned up in a time where people are walking in the streets all the time. I mean, my bigger concern is the traffic and the parking and all those sorts of things. And also, honestly, if I'm in a horse-drawn carriage and I'm sitting behind a Mack truck, like, it's not,
Only be sitting behind a Mack truck for a very short time.
or a Mack truck flies by the horses.
Well, they're not. I mean, the horses are the people that we have asked
Yeah.
to do this and have contracted with to do this have horses that are very aware of vehicles.
Okay.
Phil Warren is, he's the Billings Farm Teamster as well as, does his own through his community and does ours. And there are trucks that go through town and buses, et cetera, during Wausau weekend, for sure. That is not an issue for him.
Okay.
And yes, for a very short time between M&T Bank and making your left onto Elm Street, you could be behind a Target truck, that's. I've seen a lot
Or
of
you could be
this.
sitting there for 10 minutes because something's blocked up, just so you're aware that it can be tough.
But
There's 13 crosswalks through town. I counted them. Every time somebody steps out into the crosswalk, traffic stops.
And that's for pedestrians who need to, essentially walk
And
across.
so the point is that, that slows traffic down. And that
yeah,
gives
so-
the horse an opportunity to just take off. Block.
Okay.
That's
And then also going down River Street, as I was literally, when I came back around, I went down River Street the other way, and for some reason they were making an odd loop. I don't know why. So I ended up behind them going down River Street, where there are no cars parked right now, but during foliage there will be. So if you are behind it on River Street, there's nowhere to go.
so you're going slow on River Street. Is that an issue for
For
people?
3 hours.
The people that live on River Street are gonna be happy that cars are going slow. I've been to a lot of these meetings. I've heard about traffic
Oh,
on
I'm
River
familiar.
Street over and over and over again.
And as somebody who has to drive on River Street all the time, I think it's asking
We're trying.
a lot.
We were trying to get out of being in, we did River Street to get away from downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, the regular loop is to go down Central Street, Bond Street, Pleasant Street, back up and around the green. So we picked River Street so that
go over the bridge.
you could go over the bridge and you'd also be out of traffic.
Well, and
For
but
the
then
most part.
the locals then move off of Route 4 and drive down River Street to avoid the traffic, and now they are stuck behind a horse. Which is,
I think
and
that's a good thing.
okay,
But
well,
I'm speaking as a Chamber of Commerce in a Rotarian, I don't see that as an issue, but obviously other people do, and And we will get the phone calls about it, and, I mean, you'll get them and
Well,
you
we'll
can
get the phone
direct
calls,
them.
yeah.
But you can direct them to,
Or we can say it's a really busy time of year and maybe doing carriage rides would be best off during a different time when it's not
people.
peak traffic.
This is the opportunity to.
And I
Make money.
appreciate that, but it's also the opportunity to like, we're trying to manage traffic and stuff. And adding one more thing, like we have so much going on. We have so much going on. I just think that it is adding to traffic. It is adding to a mess. It is adding to frustrations that people who live here have, and we get it. Foliage is a crazy time and we just deal with it. But as I was trying to race to get my kid at school today, I was behind a horse.
So I have one question. Have you gone through this with Chris? Chris is looking up at me. Have you guys talked to him about this yet?
Crystal.
No,
Chris O'Keefe?
we have not talked about this, and we're happy to.
I'd just like to hear from the other trustees. My opinion is well known, so I'd like to hear from the other trustees.
You first.
I do agree with you guys that it will pose a traffic issue. But to your point, it does slow down when there are people crossing, so it will be slow during that time anyway. River Street is a dangerous street, no matter what, whether there's horses on it or not. I don't know if it'll be an issue, honestly, to slow people down, but it will be an issue with tightening up that road. So you're gonna create a big bottleneck and it gets pretty bad when it's got a lot of parking on that road. Unless we make it one way for the time being.
Is that an option?
I mean, of course it's an option. It's always an
Well,
option.
we make it one way when we had the trees being done, so you can only come down and go to the bridge.
Oh, that's because it was blocked.
Right.
It was completely
So
blocked.
no one will be able to go that way towards. because
Well,
the
you
horse
could
can
go
come
both ways, but you just couldn't get all the way through. So those of us who lived at the end of that
You
blockade,
should- right, you should be able
I
to
went
get
back
through,
and forth.
But it would be just closed to the traffic for 11 to 2.
You just want to close River Street?
Just half of it,
Just in one direction.
from where they want to, from the covered bridge to the steel bridge.
They're not going down the steel bridge, are you?
Yeah.
They want to go
Yeah, so we
around,
go
come down.
from the library over to Elm Street, over the steel bridge.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other bridge. I'm like
Yeah.
the rec center bridge.
No,
No,
No.
no,
oh,
no.
God, no.
Okay, no, I was just,
That would be
No,
cool.
no, no, no.
it's me, yeah. I'm more worried about the 20 feet from the M&T Bank to turning on Elm, because I've seen crowds of people make people wait. I mean, the amount of people that cross that street on these days is enormous. I work at Danforth Pewter, I see it. And I guess one of the things, Eric, I don't know, I mean, I'd like to hear from the police department about how they feel about horses being there at those crosswalks during peak foliage, because they have to monitor those crosswalks as well. So I don't know, I mean, I haven't got it at this meeting. Do we have, I'm confused.
I mean, I think traditionally, we've not had the police department do any traffic during foliage. That they might be on patrol.
Right.
Looking for people on Stalen, but they're not in the crosswalks letting people go or not. They're more just as a presence to be there.
So I don't mean that, I meant more that, will this be too much for the crosswalks there with the horse and the people?
I don't want to. I don't want to speak for the police department. I don't think that's their decision to make. I don't think it's the decision to say how many people are going to be at a crosswalk. More so, it's the trustees. Do you feel like you think there'll be too many people at the crosswalks, or again, we don't have a police come to our crosswalks. We don't have them directing people through the trip, so they wouldn't have a knowledge. Chris, if I'm wrong, but I don't think they keep track of. I'm guessing their knowledge of how people crossing that crosswalk is just as good as Jeffrey's or yours sitting in your store looking out.
It's just a little bit of a dangerous area.
Well, and we're talking about parking later today. That is a designated Would you be requesting that buses have to drop up somewhere else during the hours?
No, I think we would work with them.
Room behind.
Yeah.
Oh, behind the bus
I mean,
is a
we're
crosswalk.
talking- We're talking about 25 feet maximum between horse and carriage. I mean, if
It's only a few minutes to change over from people getting off to people getting
yeah,
on.
it's not a half hour that they're gonna be sitting there, it's about 7 minutes. Between, you know, everybody getting off and everybody getting back on.
And so if a bus is waiting, they just wait. And if there's a bus there, then you guys just
I
wait.
think they, and even the horses could move up. A little bit, I mean, the buses have to be back.
No,
here. They're
take
not
off
up.
full,
at
they're
that.
13 of them coming at once. Every 5 minutes they're taking off, putting on, taking off.
And
So
there's
it's
2
very,
of them at. Cross Street.
right, but the majority drop there and move, because they have 20 minutes to get everyone off the bus and move, because that is the parking ordinance.
So, you guys have insurance.
Yes, we have $2 million, a $2 million
Okay, so
policy.
you have insurance, you wanna do this, you're a wonderful local organization. Don't need money to, community. And, although there are things to be learned, I think that if this becomes a tradition, or if it never happens again, it'll be what you would learn by trying it. Right? So I think it's a great idea to let them try it. Things are actually very slow because of the number of people crossing the sidewalks at that point, which stops traffic. But to enable you to get almost be faster, I think, than if there weren't a lot of people crossing the sidewalks. So I personally think it's a wonderful idea.
And we will have volunteers that would be able to see if something's coming and direct the horses
Yeah,
to
and
come
you have
out.
volunteers to clean up after the horse poop.
We,
Oh, yeah.
we
Like
will have
immediately
volunteers.
after it happens,
But
like
that's-
stopping
That's the
traffic.
one thing I would say.
I mean, honestly, guys, like it's really gross from today. And they didn't, they didn't have time to get out of their horse.
I
It-
mean, I
It bothers me
understand,
because I
mean,
live
it's-
next to it.
I understand, you know, tracking it into a store, but it's not a road with flats up.
Okay,
But it will get picked up.
Okay,
That has been discussed already.
And not later, but like immediate, like,
Brenda.
you want Brenda to pick up the food?
No, I want her. to
Oh,
come.
okay. I don't think she wants to do that at
She wants
all.
to come. Except for-
I think it's a great idea. I have waded through all the concerns. Clay and I have discussed this numerous times, but I think the only way we're gonna really know is to give it a try.
If you're gonna give it a try, I would recommend one weekend.
How about all the weekends, unless the first weekend doesn't work out, some disaster play.
What does not work out?
Means that if something goes very amiss for the public as well as for them in any way. In other words, we can make the following weekends dependent on the first weekend
That's
showing instead. That way, give it a chance.
Okay, then I would ask for public feedback on it then. No, after the first weekend,
No, Jeffrey's saying something horribly wrong. like
well, horribly
re-
wrong and
And the public being, I mean, people hate the buses, people hate the people hate everything about foliage season except.
But the income.
no, and I love having I think it's great to have the people here and I think I think there's a lot of great things. But adding one more thing during literally the busiest time of the year is, I don't know that it is helpful to the community. Is it helpful to Rotary? I'm a Rotarian. Yeah, I think it's great to help Rotary. Do I think it could be done in a different way?
The money will be helpful to. The money that's raised goes to the community. It does not go, as you know. So that the extra $5,000 that we raise gets to go to the library, Union Arena, Pentangle, the food shelf. etc.
I just,
Sure.
there, right now you have October 11th and 12th and 18th, 19th, yeah. As luck would have it, you have a trustees meeting on the 14th.
Okay.
So if you wanted to approve this, okay, well, if you wanted public comments, you would have a meeting right after the first week of doing it.
Okay.
So you could, if you want to approve the first weekend, you can get on feedback in the trustees meeting, if that's something you're looking for. You want to call a second meeting at least to do it if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
So let me understand, so you're asking us to come back for the second weekend, or?
Well, you don't, they wouldn't necessarily have to come back. It sounds like what the trustees could decide based on input. Wow, that did not work out.
I would, it would make sense for you to be there, obviously.
I'm not,
Or it did work out, and
I'm asking because we have to commit to the drivers. For, to schedule, to make sure that they set aside their time, so we get approval for both weekends to do that. And if it turns out that the second weekend, is, you don't want to proceed, then that'll give us some time to cancel the next weekend, but we'd like to book them in advance.
well, let's make it contingent.
Contingent on what?
Contingent on the first weekend being successful without too many overriding problems. And if we just,
And then on the 14th, we make a decision on the second weekend?
yeah,
And how do you define successful?
That would be the next question.
and that's not a catastrophic.
you know.
Well, I mean,
Event.
catastrophic
crashing
is,
into your
No,
wagon,
it's,
people falling off the wagon.
no, I,
Cancel the next weekend. People call-
That might throw it in for us.
I'm looking more at the,
Something
for the change
something of
for-
a
I'm not
systemic
looking at that.
But the
Okay.
chamber has done this for years and hasn't had a problem so far, so.
Yeah,
I just know that that's an extremely busy corner, extremely busy, and we are at the highest peak right now. And
We can only hope we're at the heights.
I'm going in with the attitude, it is going to be the highest peak. We have it, because I want money, money, money for the downtown businesses.
listen, let's see if it'll work.
I'm looking at seat, so I'm not,
Well, it's one horse, one carriage, or it's two horses, one,
Wagon.
that's it, not multiple wagons.
all right,
How many laps do you think he'll do in the 3 hours?
Well, three laps per hour, so 9.
Okay,
That's what we planned.
doesn't seem too disruptive.
Might be another one, or so after that, if
Might be 8 to 10.
try to keep people happy.
It's just.
Can we take a vote?
I think. You can always take a motion.
Well, I make a motion that we accept the horse and wagon ride through the village on October 11th and 12th, and approve 18th and 19th only if we find at our meeting on the 14th that the 11th and 12th did not create too many problems.
is there a second?
Second.
Is there any public comment on this issue? Any further discussion from the trustees? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I,
Okay, Brenda, what's your vote?
I agree.
So you're saying aye?
Yes,
Okay.
I, sorry.
Passes 3-2. You've been approved. Okay, the next item on the agenda is, no, we're not moving it.
or is it?
The next item on the agenda is a use of the Gore permit from Rotary. Okay, and tell us about that, please. Oh, thank you.
Setting up a table, a tent if necessary, and taking money, having volunteers, and a line similar to what we could only hope that there will be a line of people waiting to take it.
You don't have any food on the 11th? No, we just approved one.
And we're really talking in front of M&T Bank and Gail Doherty's house. We're
Will
not
you talk to them?
at the Gore.
Well, no, it'd be on the core, so it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, 11th is.
But I'm just, we can share well. We're not gonna take up a lot of room.
We don't have anybody. No, we just have use of the green that time. What was the, well, no, they applied later.
The lemonade?
No, don't we have an application for,
You have,
an application for the gore? for one of
Yes,
those weekends?
on.
Isn't it the enactment?
The reenactment, yeah.
I've talked to Wes about that.
What
about
about, on the, what day? That the
the
12th?
11th and 12th? But the 11th and 12th is the reenactment.
It hasn't been approved yet, but it's.
But that's when the proposed reenactment.
There's,
What?
there's room.
And it goes so perfectly with it. The horses and the reenactors.
But he couldn't be here tonight, right?
And you didn't have a COI either.
Oh, okay, okay, so we don't have. Okay. Just talk to him when we talk to him. Okay, so tent, and you obviously don't need electricity for that.
I didn't ask this before, and I should have, but what happens if it's pouring rain?
One of them has a covered wagon.
I just
Phil
safety
has
of the
that.
horse.
What?
The safety of the horse if it's raining.
Going over the covered bridges.
Yeah.
Would be the issue there.
Yeah, it's slippery, yeah. Okay, thank you. I forgot to ask that before.
Okay, so it would just be to, and what do you, you're just asking for donations?
No.
And collecting.
No, we're collecting money.
Oh, okay,
We are asking for a fee,
okay. Do you know what your fee is yet?
$20 a ride. Right.
Same for adults and kids?
What? What did you
Same
say?
for adults and kids?
Yes,
Okay.
unless they're lap sitters.
Okay, got it. I mean, I could put my 13-year-old on my lap, really.
And
You want
people,
to sit down for 20 minutes?
I mean, it would hurt, but I could do it.
people will do that.
Yeah. Maybe not. Okay, so it's just a table, money, cards, blah, 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 blah.
There'll be some signage explaining what it is to do with the water.
Okay. And are you gonna have them sign off on anything? You won't have them sign a liability or anything?
No,
Okay. But we have your plate permit COI, so, and then the use of the board, you have a COI for that too?
you have the safety.
Okay.
Covers both. You're reading that.
Okay.
Covers that.
We do. Just need to have it updated with the name of the town and the village on it, that's all. Okay. And that would go for both. Can you ask, or you ask Kitty to just make sure that we get an updated COI? Okay. Okay. Anybody have any questions about this?
Make a motion to approve the use of the gourd, junction with the horse and wagon ride on October 11th and 18th and 19th of that approved.
Is there a second? Okay, is there any public comment about this application? Is there any further discussion? Do you have a question?
Well, it's kind of a stupid question, but if I voted against the horses,
They're two different permits.
they're two different, okay. All right,
You can vote however you want.
Pretty much, if the horse ride doesn't, if the hay ride doesn't go through, we won't be putting up a thing.
Okay, that's right, thank you.
Okay, first, second, okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Brenda? Are you voting yay or nay?
I have a point.
Aye.
Could have been oi, you don't know. Okay, motion carries. And you can just send the updated things to Kitty.
Thanks for your consideration.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the vote to allocate funds for Halloween candy. So as you know, the PTO is the West and Prosper Valley PTO is taking over candy distribution, but we traditionally set aside $550, so we just need to vote on that.
That was in the budget. Bobby.
So it's either gonna be all the seasonal decorations that are approved at village meeting, or you can like, fund.
Okay. Now, what should we have on each?
Yeah, the fund is, I just had $10,000 or $15,000 and $3,000 in seasonal decorations.
How many in seasonal?
3,000.
Okay. I would prefer it come out of decorations because it's a holiday.
Yeah, was there something else that we're using that 3,000 for?
I don't recall.
In the past, porta potties, currently, I believe.
Oh, we did.
You haven't paid for like the holiday lights in a while, because that's been the local 1%.
Yeah. I feel like we always think that we spend it and then we don't. Well, we can never remember what we spent on.
I think it was porta potties last time. I think we
Got it.
did porta potties and. No, I
No,
thought it came
they're
out.
gonna- Okay.
Well, there's room to do both still, porta potties.
Yeah.
And this.
Yeah.
So, but is that the same amount that we donated last year?
Since the candy?
Yeah.
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 Same amount?
Yeah.
And then the select board rather goes up. Gee.
Okay, well, I move that we donate the same amount,
Okay, $750.
$750 for Halloween candy.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Any public comment on this issue? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Candy, candy, candy. Okay, next is some votes on the old fire station funds. Bill, I believe this is you.
It's you.
It's us, but yes. You're the one that put it all together. Give us your name one more time, please.
Jill Davis. So, the old fire station fund is a public fund for the village. The value of funds in there is about $26,000. And I'm the trustee of public funds for the village, and I manage the accounts with we make decisions with you as the trustees. The trustees have and I have a recommendation for this fund use, but it must be put before all the voters who are here in this room to vote publicly. That was the request of the person who endowed this. The fund can be used for anything, so long as the community approves that. And we have, we're recommending that the funds are used for the tree fund. So do you want to read the motion?
Sure. Make a motion to make a $1,700 annual disbursement to the village tree fund from the old fire station fund, providing $1,700 is between 5% and 8% of the fund value on June 30 of each year. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Public comment on this issue? Is there any further discussion?
No, they have to vote too. Everybody on this.
Okay. Everybody is allowed to vote on this. Thank you for the reminder. All in favor, say aye.
You guys have to vote.
Only village residents.
Oh, only village, Michelle.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Any opposed? Okay, the ayes have it, and it's passed. Thank you. Next one is a motion to make a $3,400 disbursement to the village tree fund from the old fire station fund for FY 2025 and FY 2026. Is there a second?
I second.
Any public comment on this? Any further discussion by the trustees? Any village resident? Say aye.
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 Any of
Aye.
village residents opposed? Motion carries. Thank
I
you,
would just
Jill.
like to know for the record that Brenda's vote probably shouldn't count because she's not in person. So I assume you have to be in person to vote on these.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so it's the same rules as.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, Brenda, you don't count.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Jill.
Okay, next, we're moving on to discussion. The first item up for discussion is porta potties for fall foliage. So exciting. So in previous years, when we've gotten porta potties, we've done it for Indigenous Peoples Weekend only, and we've put it behind the courthouse. Obviously, we cannot use the courthouse. So we've talked about maybe putting it next to the Welcome Center. Or there's any other options?
Yeah, I think the best option is the Welcome Center, either behind, so facing towards like the Woodstock Resort and the Village Garage, or on the side there, kind of near the end of it, so it's kind of out of Old Contours. But line
So
of sight.
facing Kedron?
On the side facing Kedron would be best, I think. Otherwise, you're in the parking lot.
Yeah, yeah.
not
Yeah.
Behind it.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure we avoid Old Contour, like the view from there to.
Yeah.
But it's not,
But we already the signage with people, we have signage Welcome Center at the restaurant, people go there, and you at least would have it all in one central location.
That sounds like a good idea.
Has anybody just talked to the chamber about this?
I talked to Beth briefly and she said as long as it doesn't smell inside the Welcome Center.
Yeah, I always insist that it gets cleaned every day,
Yeah.
which always jacks up the price a little bit, but I think
works
it's,
for people coming in.
yeah. So we would be looking at, we traditionally, and of course this is open for discussion, look at Indigenous Peoples Weekend, which is, what is that, October?
10th to 11th.
So that'd be 11, 12, 13?
Yeah. I mean, we probably want to arrive on the 10th, those Fridays are pretty busy too,
So it would be,
the 10th through the 13th.
okay, 10th through the 13th.
yeah, that's not right.
When I priced this out in the past, that's about $1,500 for the weekend. I don't have updated numbers.
Okay, if you want to send me the vendor.
Okay. I mean, I just like, we're friends now.
I mean, that's fine, one less thing for us.
I talked to her multiple times a year. So I would bet it with the cleanings, because that's important, is be about 1,500 to 2,000 for the weekend.
Okay.
But I can get an exact price to you. So if you guys want to vote on a range. And one or two, usually what we do.
So I mean, this is up for discussion, you don't need a vote in the sense of, you can just instruct me to purchase them.
Okay.
And I can use the contingency fund or the decorations.
Okay.
Whatever you decide, but.
My preference would be we're not using the holiday decorations. I'd love for the contingency fund to stay.
So let's use the decoration.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
It's a holiday
We
weekend.
have 20, two,
We could decorate the porta potties.
2,250.
Let's decorate them.
It's not bad.
And put some little pumpkins by it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I might need a permit for that, if it's on the road, I'm supposed to do so.
It'll be on town property.
There's room there.
Town owns that space.
Great.
Yeah.
3,000. Oh,
Yes, and you can go out and fix them every day. It's been waiting. Make sure nobody's using the hay bales or anything else. Okay, so, and any other? Frank, Lisa, you sort of like steamroll this
We
conversation.
instruct you to. Eric, we instruct you to.
Understood.
Okay, so then I would make a motion to allocate anywhere from 1,500 up to $2,000 for porta potties, preferably two, for October 10th through the 13th. Along with cleanings, obviously, to come out of the decorations fund. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any public comment on this issue? Yes? Come on up, give us your name, please.
I have to make a comment about porta potties.
Sit down, tell us who you are.
Byron Kelly,
Okay.
town resident, former chief of police for 21 years. Porta potties, memories is.
I don't know what you're pointing at.
I was looking for the photo.
Oh, Lord.
For the one time that they had like 7 porta potties on the green after the.
Oh, God, yes.
So I was looking for that, and I wanted to give it, I just wanted to bring back that memory, but at the same time, I really wanted to use this comment to remind everyone, September 11th is coming. September 11th in this community, to this nation, meant a lot when the World Trade Center came crumbling down. I know personally, because I was there working. And I'd like people not to forget September 11th. Pentagon, World Trade Center, and Shanksville. So please remember that.
Thank you for that reminder.
Thank you. Okay, is there any further discussion? Or any other comment, public comments? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Eric, I will get you the numbers. Okay, next item on the agenda for discussion is, the parking ordinance. I'm just gonna hand that over to Lisa or Eric. I don't know, Eric.
Yeah, I think I can start. So, again, Lisa has done a lot of work on this. Kitty has helped her as well.
Can you tell?
I've guided.
Yeah,
Um,
guided, oh, I like that.
I think we're at a point where we have, pretty good ordinance. I think the outstanding question is, that Jeffrey brought up last meeting is the intersection and the 2 parking spots by that, crosswalk. I believe interim Chief O'Keefe has done some research today on that, and maybe can give us more information on what he's found. And then I feel like we'll have a good place to vote next time you guys meet on this, if everyone's amenable to what the chief has found out.
And I'd like to make it a general comment on sidewalks rather than that particular curb.
Okay.
Because that way, if we want to do it somewhere else, we don't have to go back and rewrite the ordinance or add an addendum.
Okay.
In other words, are you saying for any existing parking space that is within 20 feet of an existing crosswalk?
Well, let's say, for example, I don't know, but I've been working on these ordinances to be very broad and not specific. And if we make it that specific, you want to do it someplace else and get a waiver or whatever, do it. We can't unless we redo the ordinance or add an addendum. So I think, Chris, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
We shouldn't just list the ones we want. We should make it broader picture.
So, Chris, what did you?
So I contacted the supervisor at the White River branch of AFT. And they pulled up some topo maps and Google Earth and explains the crosswalk conversation. And he didn't seem to really find any fault with the way it was. I think they said the last time they did a study was in 2004. I don't know if that predates obviously me being here. That stretch of road is part of the state paving program. And they don't think that any of the lines or the parking spaces and the meters have changed in 21 years. So they don't think there's any issue there with carrying on the way it is. But that did spur a secondary call to the engineer. So they're looking at it now. I was hoping to hear back from them today. I did not. So hopefully they can shed more light on it.
Thank you.
So I think it's just about, as long as they don't have any issue with it, it's probably just how we worded the ordinance.
Which is why I want it to be broader rather than specific.
And can they they could give that all to you in writing? So that
I would think so, yeah.
Okay, good.
I hope that.
No, that's very helpful. Thank you.
So we're gonna wait till we hear back from them.
Yeah.
And then I can update the trustees and make the changes to the. Okay.
Are there any other, because we want to definitely vote on it in October. I know Lisa wants us to. Is there any other comment that anybody have any other changes for Lisa?
We've already submitted some, but.
Okay.
We fixed yours.
have been-
Yeah.
The one thing we haven't done is everyone needs to look at the Village Woodstock parking schedule of fees.
Because those are 2 different things, right?
Yes.
Yes, but we have to vote on that as well.
Yeah, but it's a separate vote.
Right.
Okay.
And that is not, it's not follow the ordinance rule, so that's effective once you approve. Vote on that.
Okay. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Maybe Jeffrey suggested maybe doing it a little bit later so that but that's just the parking fees, not the fines and penalties.
The fines are in the ordinance. The
Okay.
fees are separate. We haven't
Okay.
put the fines within the ordinance.
Okay. Oh, I did have one question. Sorry, I should have emailed this to you. But under additional parking fines on page 15, and maybe you can answer this too. It talks about after an individual has accumulated $50 of unpaid parking tickets, the police chief or municipal manager shall refer the unpaid parking tickets to the village trustees for an enforcement action? Why do the trustees?
That didn't,
We change that, if we put that up to, send notice to the judicial bureau.
Well, it says parking tickets, shall refer the unpaid parking tickets to the village trustees for an enforcement action in the Vermont Superior Court. Why do the
see,
village
we have,
trustees?
we have a, enforcement action under 8321 that does not say that. So we might just take additional, we just might take
Highlight
that out.
Yeah, that's something we talked about taking out.
Yeah, we should just take that out because it's here,
Okay.
8321, if you look.
Oh,
the
you still want
breakdown.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that just needs to come out.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Is
I was like, I don't want to do that.
Is this right though, Chris? 8321? We've edited that a few times. This is the one right here. That's completely correct.
Okay, so that's all.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so we'll find out about that and then we'll vote on it.
Jeffrey, one quick question for you, but no, the meters that are in those, by the crosswalk now, those have always been there?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, different physical meters though, right?
Well, not the meters themselves, but the location.
The location, yeah, the location.
Okay.
It's 1980.
No,
I've got lots of parking studies from
okay,
forever if you need to look at it.
okay,
That Beth let me get out of the attic of the chamber.
okay.
Okay, anything else on the parking ordinance? We'll vote on it next month when we get the info from AOC. Okay. Next item on the docket here is Zach's Place parking spot discussion.
They're not here, again, we haven't heard from them, so I don't know.
Okay, well,
Perhaps you could
we'll wait.
continue if they're not gonna show up and advocate for what they want.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they can tell us if they want to come later. Okay. And then the last discussion is a Halloween discussion, which is just sort of, I wanted to give you all an update. I met with the PTO folks from Weston, Prosper Valley. I've got them all squared away. We are going to, as this is a transition year for us, a transition year for them. The hope is that next year we can turn it into a community committee of some sort, so it's not all on the PTO or all on the trustees or all on one group or the other. But we'll be purchasing the candy. They will be using the space here to store stuff. I've talked to Eric about that, just so they don't have to store it in their houses with their children, which I totally get. And organizing it. Chris has been nice enough to, and we've done this in the past, we send out a letter ahead of time. So the police will be handing that out as part of their community policing. And then the PTO will be handing out the candy. So I think we've got everything worked out. So it's I'm glad you made that connection initially. And, but I think they would like for this to be a transition year where
This is a transition year.
Yes.
We would like it to be. This is a
transition year.
Is a transition year.
And next year, what'll be great is we'll get their feedback as to better ways to do things, and then we will create a committee next year. So that's how that's going. Okay, so that's all for.
And you're all set. Officers, the whole bit. Okay.
Okay, so next item on the agenda is a executive session. I move to find that premature general public knowledge regarding the village's legal suit would clearly place the village at a substantial disadvantage because the select board risks disclosing its negotiation. strategy. What else do I do? What? Oh, because the trustees risk disclosing its negotiation strategy. Is there a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The second motion is, I move that we enter into executive session to discuss the village's legal suit under the provisions of Title I, Section 313A1E of the Vermont statutes. Is there a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, we will move into executive session.
Executive,
Oh, and we will not be including Eric in this. This is just gonna be a quick process. Brenda, I'll give you a call. Okay, are we back on?
Eric says,
Eric, are we back on and recording?
yep, be good.
Okay,
make a motion that the trustees come out of executive session.
second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, no decisions were made, no votes were taken. Is there any other business to come before the trustees this evening? Okay, next item on the agenda, final item on the agenda, I think, yes, is the minutes from August 12th. Jeffrey? Uh-oh.
Most of this is excellent.
Kitty, do you hear that?
I've been waiting with bated breath for Jeffrey's to come on. I asked him earlier if he would give me the corrections, but he wouldn't. He wanted to wait till now.
Well, also I have.
Not you. The
truth has come out.
Okay, so okay, here's the tiniest one. This is on West PTO bake sale, use of the green. The date should be a small d, not a big d.
You don't know. We're going on a date.
The dates,
Wow.
small d. But here's a big one. Okay, under Rockefeller Fund on the next page. It says the fund balance at the end of the year, blah, 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 representing 7.5 increase, even after making an 87,000 payment to the village at the capital B, but it's the town and village. That 87,500 is not just for the village.
Oh, okay.
Have to include the word town.
I mean, could it be just to the village? Because that'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
It would be great.
can we do that?
You do it there, but it wouldn't.
Take it.
Okay, next, on the fiscal year 26 tax rate. It's $28 more per thousand. No, it's $28 more per 100,000.
Oh,
Per village.
that's quite the difference.
Yes.
Oh, so let's go with your version.
Yeah.
And next, and I think that this is maybe because I find errors that Kitty does this, but on the final page under approval of minutes, someone named Jeffrey name.
Oops.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
was on purpose.
Yeah.
That was on purpose.
Sorry, Jeffrey.
So
No,
Kitty.
it's Jeffrey.
I'm laughing about it. Those are all my corrections.
Okay, I would make a motion to approve the minutes from August 12th with the corrections that were given. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries, and I would make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any motion carries. Thank you so much, everyone.
Good night, everybody.